Well, hello and welcome back, people. And I'm back at the wee Scottish burn, and I'll tell you what, I'm loving it. I can hear the birds singing, I've seen deers all around. This is like a little Garden of Eden. Oh yes, it's fantastic. Well, I've made it to a spot. I'm looking down there. It looks like it's worth a little prospect. I've got a bit of an inside line there, some big boulders just nestling onto the side of the river, so you never know what could be lurking in the gravels there. Let's go and have a look. So I've got the bend in the river here, some big rocks there. I think I'll give it a go here. And so if you watched my videos in the past, you know that I carry a lot of kit, and today's no exception. So we've got a big Caledonian super sluice. I'm getting into that quite a lot, I like it. A good piece of kit that. I've got a nice little crowbar to move stubborn rocks out of the way. I'll show you some of the kit. Typically my gravel pump, really robust bucket. And in here there's all kinds of stuff going on. That's my camera equipment and what you need to make these videos. Put that to one side. A selection of pans, 10mm classifier, a smaller pan, nice little crevicing tools, spades, scoops, little levers, you know, for getting in there and the nooks and crannies, and a nice little hand rake and a spare end for the sluice pump. In here there's all kinds of things. I've got more snuffer bottles now than, you know, I've got 3 there, another one. So I've come prepared. And just for the record, I'm wearing gloves before I start. I've had that many jobs at home to do and DIY projects. I've nearly shredded the skin off my fingers, they're killing me. I'll have to wear these all day really. We didn't need to know that, did you? Did I mention that? And for the new season, I'm not sure whether it's season 8 this or season 9, I've forgotten. Because last season didn't really happen. You need one of them. So let's get down there and get the sluice set up. So I'm looking at the rapids there. There should be enough flow there to make a little dam, get the water controlled the way I want it to be. And hopefully I'll get a nice little V shape in my sluice. And you can see now I've got the sluice actually set up. We'll see how it goes. I've got a nice little dam there set up.
And so if you freeze the frame here for a moment, you can see where I've built the dam there in the river. It helps to control the water while you're sluicing. But when you come to the end of the day, you've got to put the rocks back and leave the section as you found it.
So let's have a look behind this rock and then we'll move that rock once we've prospected just what's going on here.
And look at the colour of the water there in the bucket. It almost resembles strong tea or coffee. And that's a good sign.
Started to rain. I better get the rain jacket on. Let's get this bad boy moved. He's still tipping it down. Got a few specks on the top mats. If you look in here now, looking well. We've got specks all over, a couple of visible specks here. And there might be a few specks just in there. I think we might do a little clean out, what do you think? So I've done the first clean up.
Well, the green pan here is the one that I pan into. Basically contains all of the heavy concentrates and the odd speck of gold that may have just slipped through. You
can see you're getting loads of darker, heavier materials in there, and there's a few visible specks.
And just changing cameras for a moment, there's a bit more detail here and some lovely pieces of gold in there, albeit they're always small, but they're a lovely colour.
Anyway, I'm getting peckish and I'm a bit cold to be honest, so I'm going to get a bite to eat. And today I'm on ham and tomato wraps. Delicious. Ah, there's my hat. I'm looking for my hat. That's better. Oh, lovely jubbly. I need this.
And lunchtime is always an important feature when I'm out at the river.
Don't worry, I've got some crab sticks for the next adventure. Oh yeah. I've missed coming to the river, I have to admit. This is the second run of the sluice.
Now I am feeding the sluice very delicately here. It's actually a beast and you can process loads of dirt. But on this occasion, because we know the gold is small and fine, I wanted to process smaller batches and give every particle of gold its best chance to settle in some part of the sluice run. When you get into feeding the sluice, it can be very therapeutic, a bit like ironing. It's hard to explain really, and you also forget about how cold it really is. This was early April, but anyway, it was time for another clean up, and hopefully there'd be a bit more gold to show you.
Rightio, let's have a look what's in here. I always like to get a pan underneath there because there's so many other heavy materials in here. The gold's fighting with everything else, so it's just an insurance policy. You're going to find every little speck, and that's all we're after today, just little specks.
And no matter how careful I try, I always find that there's a few pieces of gold always slip through, which ends up in the pan, which I've just got there beneath the water in the river.
That'll do now. I'll check that one and put that to one side. That's where the good stuff will be. I'll get a third pan now. I mean, most people would argue the case why you're panning at the side of the river. Well, for me it's just a leisurely hobby, you know, it's a leisurely pursuit. So I'd rather be at the river panning, showing you people. I'm not expecting to find a lot here at all. It's just a great hobby. And it's nice to walk away from the river, seeing some of the gold you've actually found. Because really, you know, time at the river should be sluicing time. You get the most you can out of that system. Get the material through it. But in this case, I'm a hobbyist, and I just want to have a look at how I'm doing. It's interesting there, these are the red materials that if you see these in your pan, these are like your ironstones. That's always a good indicator. You're onto the heavy line. I can see a diddy speck there now. It just gets through with this yellow mustard powder. So I'll snuff that up now and just repeat the process. Take the gold out of the pan. Let's see what's there at the end. You can see there's a few specks. There's probably about 50 or 60 diddy specks in there.
There's the second clean-up, and again there's some beautiful gold in there. It's got such a buttery look to it, and it's mesmerising. I love it.
Well, it's finally stopped raining. It's soaking wet and freezing cold all day. But I've hit a really nice little pocket here. I've gone through all the suffering, the shivering, to be really honest. And gold, speck. Lots of that mustard coloured stuff there, taking up the riffles. So that's a good showing on the top mat there. I'm really impressed. Oh my god, there's just that much of that yellow powder in here, really heavy. There's a fair whack of gold in there, albeit small specks. Well, just look at that. It's so difficult to pan. You can see the specks in there. It's layered. The gold will start to reveal though in the top. See it coming through. Well, that's not a bad little show. It's super bright yellow in there, that.
Well, that was the final pan on this session, and I was happy with the results. And again, just look at the colour of the gold in the black pan. It really does show off a treat.
Well then, that's me done. I hope you've enjoyed it. I couldn't film as much as I wanted to do because the weather's just been pretty miserable. But anyway, thank you for watching. And until the next time, people. So there's the total for the day, which for this place is not too bad, and it's what I'd expect to find coming to this river.